Hey guys, this is Narsiman. I'm back with another video. This is a continuation to my previous video. It's called a solution to education. My previous video is about the problem with education, or what I thought was problematic with the education system. At least in India, that's what I felt. It was like a ranty video. I spoke about how I hated schools, I hated the system, hated textbooks, hated teachers. Don't worry, I don't think I want to end schools. It's not a video where I want to end schools, so don't take it the wrong way. Send your kids to school, that's okay. They need to meet other kids so that they can discover life. I don't want you to be a school dropout or something. No one wants to be a school dropout. It is maybe not a good decision. Dangerous. I think it's dangerous. Yeah, it's bad. Whatever, get good grades, get a job, marry, have kids, whatever. Do what you want. But again, you should know that it is problematic. It's not good for you. It's not good for your brain. Yeah. So that was the first video. I'll leave the link in the description if you missed that video. So please do watch it so that you can understand what this video is about. It's about the solution to the education system. So I feel you should know as a student, how do you process information? I feel you should have the right kind of mindset. If you think about it, education is something that prepares you for an experience. But you must experience what you're being prepared for. Otherwise, it will be an incomplete education. You know what I mean? But again, what happens in schools is that all they do is talk. It is talking, reading a textbook, taking notes, giving examinations, and maybe passing that examination, and you're judged on the marks that you get. It's like a marks-oriented education system, which is something that we don't want. So I feel a solution to that should be like lesser dependency on marks. I feel teachers should take special attention. They should know how they should know their students well. They should know how each student processes information. It is absurd to teach students the same way. So many students. Every student is a different mind, and they are geniuses. They're all geniuses within themselves, but because you have such a dumbass system, that's such a homogeneous system that grades these students. It's like you don't know that person was a diamond all along, but because of this system that crushes his intelligence, because he or she can't pay attention in class, you call them stupid, you call them learning deficient, and so on. Bad adjectives to describe a student. Students are actually intelligent, Yeah. It's just that you as a teacher suck, or the curriculum sucks, the syllabus sucks, textbooks suck, Yeah. You have to discover how students process information. It's very important. If you're a student and you're watching this, at least once in your lifetime, you must know how to love that learning process. In my case, I discovered the love for learning at the age of 21, and that was when I learned the Japanese language. Because yes, I did go to classrooms, I did use the textbook, but I also used entertainment to teach myself. I used anime which is Japanese cartoons, and game shows, TV shows, dramas, which is so much more interesting than a textbook. Because if you think about it, a textbook is just a wall of text, page after page after page. And a teacher is nothing but a word-producing factory. All they do is talk. So when you have entertainment, because in entertainment there is, it's not just words. Yeah, words are there. People do talk, but there's also colors. There's sights and sounds you're not going to see in a textbook. Textbook is just words. But movies or anime, it's almost like larger than life. You know that? Yeah. It's very important. So I feel, so if you're a student and you're watching this, I mean, try to teach yourself. If you think that your teachers suck, if you think that your textbooks suck, you must find a way to make it interesting for you. I feel that learning is not just, pushing, silos of information down your brain. It is discovering a subject, but also trying to help improve that subject, if you know what I mean, Yeah, so you got to understand what you're learning. I think the problem with students is that because they don't know how to, they never taught how to learn. All they do is they read a sentence till it enters their brain. They mug it up and they regurgitate it on a piece of paper. They vomit that information on the paper, and they try to pass their examination, because passing their examination means that getting a new gaming console that their father promised them. That's how it is. And fathers, they use marks as a motivator to buy their children gizmos or other things. So they should not. That kind of beats the purpose of education. Education is about discovery. It's about learning about the world around you. The mountains, the rivers, the valleys, anything that's in the world. To learn about it, to know about it. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to teach a student about a volcano. A student who has not seen a volcano. Yeah. A student who does not know what it looks like. What is the best method to teach that student about a volcano? Defining a volcano in a textbook is not going to enlighten him about a volcano. Okay? And the student reading about volcanoes in a textbook is not enough. The student, he needs to either play a video game where there's a volcanic eruption, or see a movie where there's a volcanic eruption, or see at least a decent colorful image where there's a volcanic eruption, so that he can perceive it a lot more better. Yeah. Otherwise, he'll just rote learn the definition of a volcano like a parrot. I don't know what it's defined as. But I feel students, instead of reading a textbook definition, I feel they should also have their own interpretive definitions of phenomenon around them. They should be able to describe things around them, using their own words. Yeah. What is the purpose of learning a language? It is so that you know the language, so that you can make your own sentences to communicate what you feel from within. As a person, you walk down the road, you experience something. Let's say you experience something out of the world. So if you know how to speak, you can express these feelings into words, because people can't read your thoughts and emotions. Maybe your mother can, but your friends can't. So to explain your friends what you experience, you need language, right? I personally feel like if you're an adult, you should know how to write a newspaper article. You should be educated enough to do so. Whichever language, maybe mother tongue, maybe English, to be able to write a newspaper article, your own observations, your opinions. I think it's an essential skill. Yeah. at least for me, I'm telling you, I have rote learned my way through life, man. I've been an idiot, you know that, and I hate myself for that. I do, because I'm not an idiot. I'm not a dumbass. I got a brain. You know, that works. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, that fish will spend its entire life thinking that it's stupid. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was that fish. So I wanted to share with you guys about this book I read a couple of years back, and I reread it last year. It's a book called Why We Want You to Be Rich by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. So this is the book, you know, Why We Want You to Be Rich. You can check it out if you want to. It's about you know, how to make money. It is a very, like, it's an interesting book. But in this book there was, you know, one part I wanted to share with you. It was about education. So Robert Kiyosaki, he criticizes the education system, and he shows this diagram. It's called, you know, the cone of learning, and it kind of just give me a second. Right. So this is what it looks like, the cone of learning. I'm not so sure how clear this image is, but I don't know. There you go. Yeah. So I think since the image was laterally inverted, I don't think you can read it properly. I apologize for that. So this cone of learning, it was actually a study that was completed within the education system in 1969 that showed the effectiveness of different types of learning. Yeah. So what it says that, let's say you were to read a piece of information. You just read, let's say, a textbook or a magazine or a newspaper. There is a probability of you only retaining 10% of what you learned. Yeah. But if you were to hear these words from another person's mouth, you can maybe retain like 20% of it. But if you look at a picture, a colorful image, there's a chance you can retain 30% of that information. If you watch a movie, or if you look at an exhibit watching a demonstration, or if you're watching a demonstration, a presentation, or if you see it done in location, you can retain 50% of that information. Which is why I told you about my Japanese. Why did my Japanese improve? Because of entertainment, right? Yeah. If you were to participate in a discussion or give a talk or doing a presentation, there is a chance you can retain 70% of that information. If you were to get a simulation of an experience, or if you do like a dramatic presentation, you know, you can retain 90% of that information. But when you do the real thing, when you experience the real thing, that is when you retain 100% of that information. This is what the cone of learning says. So, and this was a study done in 1969. Can you believe it? So back in the day itself, they knew the ineffectiveness of reading, and yet even now, this is 2020, even now we have textbooks and teachers. Even now! Can you believe it? Disgusting, isn't it? I mean, it's horrible, isn't it? I mean, you think about it. Like I said, you know, education, it prepares you for an experience. But you must experience what you're being prepared for, otherwise your education will be incomplete. The purpose of learning is so that you can retain this information at a later stage when you're in that situation where you must use that knowledge. Yeah, that's a purpose. But reading or just hearing words from a teacher is not very effective, isn't it? I'm sure all of you watching this video have gone to school, haven't you? You know how much it sucks, don't you? Yeah. It's horrible, man. Yeah, schools suck, to be honest. Not that I want them to be closed down, but, you know, I don't think it's the best use of your time, man. Really. I feel more emphasis should be laid on sports and other things, you know. Skill-based. What we need is, you know, skill-based education. Yeah. For me, personally, I feel like compared to how education has been going all these years, I feel modern education should be more technologically driven. I feel it should incorporate more technology. Yeah. Like, I'll give you an example. A video game. Think about these video games that you've played as a child. I shit you not that there is a part of you that has been influenced by the characters or the side characters in that game. I'll give you an example. You know, when I was growing up, there was this game called Mortal Kombat 4. Okay, you know what's the objective of the game? It's this 2D fighting game. Okay, where the objective is to kill the other character. So it is a game that teaches you, that shows you how to hurt another person. You know, and it's like you have an HP bar. You know, the goal is to drain the opponent's HP bar before yours drains it. You know, and after the HP bar is drained out, the character dies. And there's this other move called a fatality, where they finish that person off. Yeah, I remember this one character, Sub-Zero. What he does is that in his fatality, he just takes the head of the person and just pulls it, you know, so you can see the spinal cord of that person. So imagine if a child were to play this game. He's filled with violence. Tomorrow, if someone were to wrong him, you know, he can use these same moves against his friends. Me and a school friend, we played this game, and guess what? We were also influenced by it. You know, and we used to use these moves on other kids in where we lived. You know, there were kids in our block. And, you know, we used to try to hurt these kids because we were so influenced by these games. Like even WWE, for that matter. You know, how awesome is it, isn't it? They have these suplex moves and stuff, and we did try these moves on other kids. It's so dangerous, isn't it? So imagine the power of entertainment, the power of video games, the power of television, the power of movies. It is actually influencing you without even trying to influence you. It is teaching you without even trying to teach you, and you're learning so effectively that you want to take action based on that information. Yeah. So imagine something like video games, something like movies, multimedia. If it can be used to hurt another person, it can be used to educate children. So why not use video games in schools? Why don't schools, you know, hire a game engineer or something, just create an education-based game? It is way more interesting than a textbook, for crying out loud, you know. Like, screw textbooks. It's just words, page after page after page. Kids need stimulation. For adults, it's okay if you use a textbook and just, you know, teach them. They can understand, but not kids, man. Kids need some color. They need some juice. You know, they need to have fun. It's a child. They were born like 10 minutes ago, for crying out loud, you know. And you're like, A for apple, B for ball, you know? It's like, come on, man. Seriously? We need effective education. We need entertaining education. We need stimulating education. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. Kids deserve great education. They do. If it's fundamental right, make sure you do it right. What's the point of having these fundamental rights if you're going to give them crappy quality education? And kids also, again, you too are at fault for rote learning. You too are at fault for being very competitive. Here's the thing, the reason why I say you should not depend too much on marks is because marks makes you competitive. Competition makes you want to outdo the other person. Another fix for another solution for education is we need adults, teachers, you need to find a way to incorporate principles of cooperation in kids. I'll tell you why. I remember this example in my own life. Okay, I was like this average student. I never used to get good grades and shit, but there was one time I actually got good grades, and the above average student in my class, he got jealous of me, and he actually checked my paper for the flaws if the teacher had given me extra grades by mistake. And guess what? She had. And he actually told the teacher, to minus my grades. Yeah. That's what it does to you, It makes you competitive. It's like it makes you cancerous. You know that? But with cooperation, the beauty of cooperation. Just imagine you're employing your strength to help another person grow. How beautiful is that? I'm sorry, but I don't think the human world is like a jungle. I don't think it's about survival of the fittest. That is for wild animals only. And for humans, it should be about the strong taking care of the weak, making them strong, and they taking care of other weak people. I think that's far more beautiful, don't you think so? Instead of just competing and competing and competing. Yeah, I think it's stupid, man. Eventually humanity will go to the dogs. You don't want that, you don't want that, really. And I'm speaking and speaking. Look at this video, man. 20 minutes long. Guys, please forgive me, man. I enjoy talking, I do. But I hope you're enjoying watching this video. I hope you got something out of this, I don't know. I did rant a lot. Yeah. But yes, do check out this book, Why We Want You to Be Rich, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki. It's a good book if you want to know how to make money. Don't worry, I'm not paid for promoting this book, but it's a good book. Who knows, you might enjoy yourself in this process. If you're a teacher watching this, you better be a good teacher, man. You better teach. I get it, you're intelligent, you're educated, you're trained and shit, but just don't be an asshole, that? You don't want to do that, You don't want to be a dick. Yeah, even teachers can be bullies at times, They can be rude, they can be very rude, they're very authoritative, aren't they? Yeah. They're like big babies. Yeah, the bigger body, they're still babies. Hey, teacher, get off your high horse, Oh yeah, by the way, I have this song recommendation. It's called Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd, There's this lyrics, very like rebellious lyrics. We don't need no education. Bum, ba, 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 ba. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Bum, ba, ba. Teachers, leave them kids alone. Yeah. All along you're just another brick in the wall. It's a powerful song, to be honest, It talks about conformity in the education system, It's saying that if you were to go to school, that means you're just another brick in the wall, Just imagine. Because I feel you're a human being, you're different. Humanity should be known for diversity and not conformity. I feel humans are like these crops, agricultural crops. Every season you have a different crop, But you put them in a classroom. Yeah. It just sucks, I'm just saying. I feel kids should be taught different skills, man. Kids should be taught how to make content, creation of content, YouTube videos. Kids need to be taught these things also. Content creation is the future, man. It really is. It's a good way to promote yourself. If you get the views and the likes and subscriptions, it can be a lucrative career option. Education is very powerful, man, really. But I feel it should teach people how to think and not what to think. It should allow kids to, transcend the textbooks. I want children to be independent thinkers. I want them to be creative, because there are a lot of people who are right-brained. Not everybody is left-brained. Not everybody is analytical and assertive. Some people are right-brained. They want to make a song. They want to make a film. They want to act. They want to dance. They want to sing. Or maybe like me, I want to make a YouTube video. I'm also creative. Yeah, maybe not as creative as Mozart or someone, but I'm creative. In my own little way. Yeah. So again, for people who watch this video, apologies for making this a big video. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it brought a smile to your face. I hope it entertained you. I hope it made you laugh. It made you cry. So if you have any suggestions, please drop them in the comments down below. Leave a like, smash that like button, or slap that like button. Subscribe, like, share. And with that being said, adios, peace, guys. Love you all so much. Have a wonderful life ahead, man.